bountiful, beloved little beings, and good-looking people. And remember, you're good-looking, but you're always looking for and finding the good in life. That's the nature, that's the essence of a good-looking person. Looking for and finding the good. We have good in abundance. Our cup runneth over with good. You're about to meet amazing people. Yes, their names all begin with the letter A. They are aware, amazing, upbeat, vibrant, beautiful, bountiful, beloved, because they know how to live exuberantly and they're here to be a channel of goodness because they're children of God. We're going to discuss the holiday season. We're going to talk a little bit about Hanukkah, the festival of lights and the festival of freedom. We're going to talk about Christmas, a time of joy of bringing forth light out of darkness. We're going to talk about the Sabbath because on this particular day where we are at the very moment, this is Friday before Christmas. It's still Hanukkah, and it's the Sabbath for over 1 billion Muslims around the world. We have 1 billion Muslims, we have 1 billion Christians, and a few million Jews sprinkled in. And that's why it's all about the vibrancy of life, the joy, the happiness, the peace, and the love. And the show is all about you. Make no mistake. Barry Shore, nice guy. Mo Rock, Ava, and you're going to meet Anna, you're going to meet Anastasia, and you're going to meet Avila, you're going to meet Ashkan. It's all about you bringing forth the best you, because you are mad. You make a difference in the world. That's the key of life, learning that you are a mad person, making a difference. I'm going to give the theme of today's show. You ready? It's all about the holiday. The theme is 2 words. Oh, shift. Did Barry say, oh, shift? Yes. In my decades of working with people, 97.2% of all people, for some reason, drop the F in shift, and the other stuff happens. So you're going to be effing careful with your Fs. It's about, oh, shift. You want to shift your perspective just a little bit and become that exuberant, alive, engaging, vibrant, beautiful being that you were created to be. Because that's who you are. Remember, you're good looking because you're always looking for and finding the good. Let me tell you 2 things about the holiday season. Number 1, Hanukkah is an 8-day festival. It's all about light and freedom. It happened 400 years before the first Christmas was ever celebrated. And when Christmas came along, it took all of that energy from Hanukkah and spread it throughout the world. That's the genius of living in this time of light, of joy and happiness and peace. I would like to introduce you right now an A-listing person. Her name is Anastasia. Anastasia, please tell me that you're available to say hello to right now 138,617 people around the world who have tuned in to the holiday experience. Wonderful Anastasia, please tell us who you are, why you're here, and what you're bringing to the world.
Okay, hi guys. First of all, I want to just tell you that I'm very, very happy to be here. Thank you, Mo. Thank you, Barry, for inviting me here today. It's a pleasure for me to be here with you. So my name is Anastasia. Originally, I'm from Ukraine, but for 15 years, I live here in America. And my background is I'm an artist and a professional dancer. And right now I'm with a Chopra Center. I'm teaching people health, how to be happier, how to be healthier, and how to enjoy the world, as you just said. And so I'm here today with quick message, because I was thinking yesterday, what can I say? Which kind of message I can share into the world? And I was thinking we're all always wanting and waiting for this special holiday, this special occasion, or this one day to be happy, to enjoy. And I ask myself a question, why do we have to wait all the time? We have 365 days a year. Why not to enjoy every single day? I know things happens, life happens, but I encourage all of you guys who is watching, yes, you guys, to start living a life in a joy and happy every single day for 365 days, for a year, for hundreds of years, no matter how long you live. And we're like, it's all starts with you. We'll always want to like waiting for this magic of this holiday and Christmas spirit. But I want you to understand this. You are magic. It all
You
starts
are magic.
inside.
Anastasia, I need to put you on pause because you've given us so much already. She's a dancer. That means she doesn't stand still. She moves. The essence of life is movement. And I'm going to use the T word. See, what Anastasia just gave us was the T word. What's the T word? Transformational. You want to remember the theme of today is shift.
Yes.
Keep that F in there and the other stuff happens. shift stands for openly happy. Something happening inside, facilitating transformation. Listen to Anastasia's message to the world. Live your life as if it is the only one you have. Movement, because she's right, 365 days have been given to you, and you want to make them work every single second of the day. Use your smile. Smile. Look at Anastasia's smile. It stands for seeing miracles in life every day. Wonderful, Anastasia. We're going to ask another person with an A to come forth and share with us. May we do that now? Ready? We're going to bring on, okay, it's a guy. Let's try it. Not as pleasant, but why not? Ashkan, Tabimnia, please. What would you like to impart in the next couple of minutes? A message of hope and joy and love to the world. What is your unique channel?
First of all, it's a blessing to be here with such a joyful people. I want to thank Los Angeles Tribune, Mo, team, and you, Barry, for putting this together. I want to start that joy. I want to do this in the name of my mom that passed a year and a half ago, and actually Los Angeles Tribune wrote an article about her because she was about happiness, love, everything you talked about. Joy, peace, happiness, and love, right? The reason we are here, there is something magical when you're joyful, when you're happy, right? Sometimes it's hard to be joyful and happy. It takes energy to be around the right people, to have the right mindset. That helps. But what happens when you are mindful, you're happy and joyful? You be like Barry, right? You be like Barry, that he has smiles all over the world and he's here to bring joy now, right? My message is there is not a magical way to shift. The way it happens, it's an internal, and it's not a conflict. It is a challenge. Like everything else in life, you have to work to be happy and joyful. Yes, given. Some people innately are happier, joyful than others, but that doesn't mean that others cannot be. When you are in that vibration, okay, everything is peaceful. There's no competition. There's an art of allowing, right? And love and peace. There's no more doubt. When you're happy and joyful, you see colors more vibrantly. People are friendlier. You want to go out with people. You want to help them. You want to serve them. Business. Do you know when you are positive, joyful, and happy, the vibration that you are giving out, you bring right people to your home, to your business, and to your network. So when they asked me to be part of this, I am innately happy. I was born happy, like my mom. I have her gene. And this is why I just wanted to keep it simple, but let people know that if you see us, we are, like how she said, we have a smile, how Anastasia did it, try. If you're out there watching us and say, it's easy for you guys to be happy, the challenge that we want to give you today, try. Go back to your childhood. Remember when you get a hug, maybe a smile, maybe it was a coffee or it was a book that was given to you. Remember a thought that you were happy and joyful one day. You can be again. It's a choice. Some things in life, you don't have a choice. But being happy and joyful, it's an absolute choice.
Absolutely. So wonderful, Ashkan. Let me unpack a few of the things that you said because you've been so giving and sharing with us, like much like Anastasia's smile and her movement and such. You use a few words I want to share with everybody. Vibe. The vibration that you bring to life makes all the difference. Vibe stands for visible, inspiring, beneficent, exuberant. That's the
Wow.
you bring. Now, you also mentioned something wonderful. It's called mindset. See, Anastasia is a dancer. That's her mindset. But she doesn't see herself as just being moving all the time. She is exuding love. That's what a dancer does. Your mindset is to bring business in the most positive, purposeful, powerful, pleasant way. Mindset stands for meaningful insights. You ready for this? Nurturing destiny. That's mind. Meaningful insight, nurturing destiny. Success engenders transformation, like we've been talking about. Oh, shift. That T stands for transformation. Today is all about not just getting information, but transformation. As Ashkan says, try it. It's wonderful when you allow yourself to be in service to the world, service above self, then opens up all the channels of life. I'm going to share with everybody because I have some other people coming who are going to talk about business. Business is a wonderful word. That, in my humble opinion, is the highest calling in life. People say, what about a doctor? Well, doctors are in business. You have to be able to serve well, right? Business is spelled B-U-S-I-N-E-S. Notice that the U comes before the I. When in business you place the other person, what can I do to serve you? Then you will reap all kinds of benefits. You must. It's called the law of attraction. That's life in the most beautiful, wonderful, positive, purposeful, pleasant way. I'd like to bring up another A-lister. Now, you might think that her name begins with a Y because she spells it Y-A-N-A, but I like to say it's Anna. It's Yana. But Yana, would you please, oh, look at that radiant being. And would you see, and thank you, would you please share with us in the next few minutes one or two ideas that you have gleaned from your time here and what you can help with the holiday experience?
Absolutely, absolutely, Barry. And from the bottom of my heart, I'm thankful to Los Angeles Tribune and you guys, Morok, Barry. It's always pleasure to be in your circle. And this is a true gift to be able to bring beautiful impact and this vibe to thousands of hundred thousands of people. And I'm a transformational coach. I'm mindset mentor. And I think it's not just about mindset, it's about heart set, it's about health set, it's about soul set. And I was thinking lately, what is that in common between all those religions? Because I'm a person of all religions, right? Christianity, Muslims, you, Barry, Hanukkah. Yeah, and it is a miracle. This is a true miracle. And miracle is connected deeply to faith. And this is what all this about faith and miracle, right? And I think kids, as we growing up, we focus on business, we focus on many things, a lot of expectations we have around us. And kids who are around us, who are our kids, they know how it is to be deeply connected to the source, to the universe, and how to expect that miracle when it comes. So, and my message would be for all of you that we need to reconnect with our inner spirit, with our inner child, and create that space for magic to take a place, right?
Woo!
And cultivate love, gratitude, and kindness within our hearts, because then we reflect it to the world around us. And then we finally able to give and to transform the reality around us, because our world is macrocosmos, right? And there is 8 billions of people on this planet, and each of the human being have that microcosmos within themselves. And for everyone, is different. This life is different, right? But we're still connected by faith. We're still connected by love. We're still connected by joy. And that's what we all want. We want to be loved. We want to be accepted, and we want to be safe. And by creating this love and unity for the whole entire planet, we create a healing for humanity.
Let's talk about some of these beautiful words that you're using. And by the way, I want to make mention again, this show today, this holiday special, is not about Barry Shore, great guy that he is, or even Anastasia or Yana or Ashkan and some of the other people you're going to be meeting. These are amazing beings. This is about you becoming the best you possible, because you are the one that makes a difference in the world. Each one of us reaching out to another, and creating a tsunami of goodness in the world. So, for example, you use the word gift. Wonderful, Yana. So GIFT is a great acronym that stands for Godly Inspiration Facilitating Transformation. Godly inspiration facilitating transformation. That's the T word. Remember, this show is all about shift. And you also talked about faith. Now, faith is a wonderful acronym. It stands for finding answers in the hidden. In the hidden. See, faith, people think there's a term in English called, or in American, blind faith. People who are in faith, they're blind, they don't see. On the contrary, I learned, thank God, 27 years ago from a great master. She said the following. My master I had was a woman at the time. Faith is visionary, not blind. Faith is visionary, because that's really what happens. I want to pause for the moment and talk about something fascinating. Here we have on the screen, Barry Shore. Okay, I'm born and raised in the United States of America, second generation. So I have grandparents that came from another country. Anastasia has only been in America, United States, from Ukraine just a few years. Yana comes from the Ukraine. Ashkan comes from a place they call Iran. He had to run away from Iran. He says, I ran away. And you're going to be other people who are immigrants. The point is the following. You couldn't make this up. 10 months ago, we'd be talking about Hanukkah, we talk about Christmas. But right now, the Ukraine is in a war, not just being attacked by another country. It's being attacked by the largest country on earth. The USSR, well, Russia, whatever they call it, former Soviet Union, is the largest physical landmass in the world. Not the largest population, it's only about 110 million people. But the Ukraine is only about 40 million people, I think. But it's an important part of the world order because it's the breadbasket of Europe. It's the access to the Black Sea. It is coveted by Russia for generations. There's a war going on right now. Huge country against a tiny embattled people. The United States, thank God, is happening. This is exactly what happened 200 years before the Common Era, before any Christmas was ever celebrated, with the Hanukkah story. The Jewish people were attacked in a tiny homeland called Israel. That's right. Jews have always been there for thousands of years. In a tiny place, they were attacked by a big empire. And there was no America to come to help. Under attack. And there were three things that the empire didn't want them to do. Number one, it didn't want them teaching their children about love, about peace, about joy. It didn't want them to keep the Sabbath. And it didn't want them to keep this covenant that they had, something called circumcision for 8-day-old men. Well, I can tell you, at this very moment, two of those things are under attack, right? In the world. Peace, joy, love. It's under attack by this huge country. And many others are happening. So things are lining up, just like the Hanukkah story from 2,200 years ago. Why? Because human nature needs to have a shift. You need to think, like Anastasia said, transform every day. Every day. You know, everybody has a birthday, right? We all know that. Everybody has a day you came into the world. Well, when I sing happy birthday to people, I don't know if anybody has a birthday on the show today. We'll see. Well, I usually accompany my birthday song with something called "A Very Merry Unbirthday to You." To you, a very merry unbirthday to you, to you, to you. May all your very merry unbirthdays come true to you. On your very merry unbirthday, 364 of them every single day during the year for you. And on that high note, thank you. We now, by the way, we're up to 192,817 people around the world who are listening, feeling the energy, and we're together. And now I'm going to bring up the person I call Ace. She's a real A-lister. Her name begins with A. She is adored. Adora, wonderful Adora Crystal Evans. Crystal because she's clear and wonderful. Evans because she is creating events in the world that bring benefits. So Adora, please, next few minutes, give us your 2 or 3 insights into living life to the full.
Well, first you have to throw the hearts like the ladies already did. Come on, Ashkan. There we go. And you watching, try it. Sacred geometry. We'll call out all the justification. It's been so fun. Just listening to each of you, and I echo what has already been shared. So to add to the conversation, I would say contribution. I heard the phrase once, when in doubt, focus out. So often when we're really freaking out, we're thinking about ourselves. How do I look? What will they think of me? Am I enough? Will I get where I want to go? And so when you focus out into contribution, which Christmas, sometimes that even, will they like my gift, right? Is it enough? Do they have the toy my child wants? So I'm not just, while we definitely want to contribute to our loved ones the best that we can, I mean, thinking about what, it's a good time to call someone else and check in on them, to focus on how they're doing, to think about who you could give to go. There's so many ways. Finding someone on the side of the street, giving them a blanket and water, there's so many ways. I've even had moments where I stopped and I'm, unapologetically spiritual and have a lot of diversity in my spiritual beliefs as well. But where I've thought, okay, anybody feeling this feeling that I'm feeling right now, God, send your angels, your comfort, your peace, your elevation, your wisdom. And it's interesting where taking that feeling and transmuting it to something that is blessing and lifting outward. So it could be just like that in a moment with a shift of thought, some of the things that have already been brought up about how you're feeling, but when in doubt, focus out. Contribution.
So may I please unpack some of these amazing gems that you've given us?
And yes, as long as I can shimmy all over the place.
Yeah, people should know. I'm going to tell you a nice little story. Mo Rock always loves it. Says, Barry Shore, you got to tell me your story. I'm not going to tell you that story, but I will tell you another story. So I was involved for a number of years, thankfully, in something called the diamond business. Who doesn't love diamonds? I actually the reason I moved from where I was born in Boston, Massachusetts to Los Angeles, California was to attend a school called the Gemological Institute of America, the GIA. Not only did I go there, but I used to teach the diamond program. And I was in the business for a number of years, bought and sold over $100 million worth of diamonds. And so I know them very well. So when you're talking about things that enlightened people, people used to ask me, what business are you in? I said, I'm in the happiness business. Hello, who doesn't like diamonds? So that's what Adora is talking about. She's in the happiness business. And when she talks about focus out, see, the joy of living is the title of one of my best-selling books, The Joy of Living, How to Slay Stress and Be Happy. The essence of the joy of living can be summed up in one word that Adora shared with us. Giving. That is what's involved in the joy of living, giving. And I'd like to tell everybody that right now, Adora is talking about, we've all been, but she's focusing on the glory of God. Glory. Now, glory is an amazing acronym that stands for God loves openly rewarding you. God loves openly rewarding you. And
Hey.
what's the greatest reward that God could give to you? The ability to give.
Mm.
I interviewed this morning, I'm happy to say, for my radio show, which is listened to by about 10 million people around the world, a woman who is the president of her Rotary Club. Now, if you don't know anything about Rotary, you should, because Rotary's theme is service above self. This is Adora, right? Service above self. And what happened, we were talking about, recently they gave out, in the course of about 72 days, a number of the Rotaries got together, 11,000 pairs of socks. Now, who did they give them to? People who were living on the street. Throughout the whole area where they live in Fresno, in that whole valley, thousands of people. Their feet were cold. Their feet are wet. What do? Socks. Who even thinks about socks sometimes, right? Well, Anastasia has special socks because she's a dancer. I actually have fun socks. I like socks. I can't, because my hands, I can't tie ties anymore, so I use socks. But socks are fun, but they're warm. When you think of, you just said it, or focus out, what happens? Have yourself a merry little Christmas. May all your Christmas songs and dreams come true. And then every day, every way, you will see people saying to you, Merry Christmas, even in the middle of June.
Yes, I love it. I think it's important during the holidays, what you just said. We can get so caught in getting our to-do list done and then really focusing on our family, but to remember that there are people that are having tough times, and to do what you can. Whether, I know Dan Fleischman, you may have heard, just broke the Guinness Book of World Records for the largest toy drive. So whether you do it really grand, or I'm aligning with a project that everything we're doing is for the rehabilitation and rescue of children from sex trafficking here in the US. I mean, so while the lights are glittering and we're focused on our joy, kindness and compassion when you're driving, that not everybody is singing inside like the ambassador of joy, very sure. And people are walking through things. So, just that outward focus. And this is for me too. I'm sharing what I'm processing myself, and what
let's do the following. I want to bring on another person, because I know how all of us together, and we'll do more in-depth stuff. So wonderful Maggie Avila. Maggie, are you there? Look at that bright, beautiful, magnificent.
I am right here. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yes, we hear you. Okay is for regular people.
Here we go. Here we go. Yes, it's always so beautiful to be in your circle, the Los Angeles Tribune. Thank you so much, Mo, Ava, Adora, Barry, everybody. Thank you so very much for having me. I'm so happy to be here and to share.
A few minutes. Give us, please, 2 or 3 items that are enabling you to be the best you and to bring joy to the world.
A few items: peace of mind, faith. Piggyback on and echoing what Adora was talking about, there is always going to be people or ourselves struggling, not being able to have so much happiness and so much joy. It's impossible to be 100% happy all the time, but it is possible to have faith, and it is possible to have peace of mind when we are focusing, and also deep echoing, not making a commercial for my Proximos feature, but truly deep echoing what you guys have been saying about focusing on service, on what is the best outcome, the best result for everyone involved in everything that we are doing, and walking in with our very best intention to do our very best, to be open to learn, to flow, and 100% being of service, then we are going to be on a mindset of peace. And then that deep peaceful. Can you hear
Wow.
me? Okay.
You just froze.
Lingers.
Great. You were in peace. So let me
Lingers.
ask you,
Yes.
Maggie Avila, what I'd like you to do is give us, from your life, one item that you practice every day that enables you to shift. Remember, the theme of today is, oh, shift. Now, again, people drop the F and the other stuff happens. I want you to think, oh, shift. Tell us one thing that you use on a daily basis that is your exercise to keep you in the shift process of transformation.
Nobody would ever know how hard it's been for any of us. Only we ourselves know how heavy our crosses are, as we say in my country, right? But I focus on gratitude for the people that is around me that have guided me and the people that is out there. I try to focus all day, every day on the good news of people doing good things for others, because there is so much out there that is so painful. It's so easy to just go down that rabbit hole, but I try to focus on the path, on the yellow brick path. Who is doing good and what is working, and how can I contribute? How can I stay in that? And so no matter how hard it has been for me, it's always about, but there is good people out there that I know would contribute, advise somehow, or read about them, and I can learn from them. And I just focus on that, and that gives me a lot of peace of mind. And
Good.
that is my share with everybody who is tuning in with us. Thank you so much for being with us. I wish you a beautiful, beautiful holiday season and a beautiful, beautiful life. Like Anastasia said, all year around, let's focus on the joy and the peace of mind, on doing our very, very best. Because
Very nice birthday to you. So I want to share everybody something interesting. Now, everybody has a water bottle. Is that correct? Do you all have a water bottle near you? Good. Everybody has your water bottle or your drinking cup. Because I'm going to urge everybody to do something. You see, everything about today is rooted in practical things that people can handle. So we're talking about giving and such, but I'm going to show everybody something. And let me know if you can, anybody can read. Oh, if you can't, I'll have to tell you. Can you read what's on this bottle?
It's silver. It's
too light. Okay, here we go. Well, I'll tell you what it says. I wrap all my water bottles in a piece of paper and I write on it love and gratitude.
Aww.
Now, there's three reasons why I do this. One is scientific, one is metaphysical, and one is completely spiritual. The scientific reason for wrapping your water bottles in paper that has the words love and gratitude on them, because it's been scientifically proven by a Japanese person who did research for over 11 years that when you play music that is strong, upbeat, positive, purposeful, pleasant, around water, that water crystals in a different way than if you play negative, depressing music. Now, you've all heard this, right? So I am urging everyone, part of this holiday special is that everybody here, over 200,000 people listening right now, over 200,000 people around the world being touched, that we want to share with people that are practical things that people can do immediately. So one of the things I urge everybody, whenever you have a water bottle, take a piece of paper, write it in 2 words, love and gratitude. Wrap your water bottle around it. It changes the very molecular structure of the water that you're drinking. Look at that. That's glory. God loves openly rewarding you. That's what it's all about. So
that is beautiful. Yay.
Yeah, so we love doing this. So I urge everybody, if you have a cup, if you have a water bottle, wrap whatever you have, that liquid, because why? What does liquid do? Liquid enters into your being, right? Anastasia, when you're dancing, I presume that you begin to sweat. No, women don't sweat. I know you do. D-E-W. Okay.
I do. I'm a human like you, Barry.
Right. So
She likes to say that, but we all know she's a goddess. Come on.
Right. So when you're drinking, remember, we're 76% water, right? So when you're bringing water into your being that is wrapped in love and gratitude, it will cause a physical shift. Remember, you got to keep the F in shift, a physical shift in your very being. So now, whenever you're either walking, moving, sitting, whatever you're doing, your being is being nourished by love and gratitude. Is there anything better in life than that? No. So this is something practical that everybody around the world, hundreds of thousands of people, can share for themselves and with their family and friends. If everybody does this with 5 people, we'll have touched 1 million people on this show. Is there anything better than touching 1 million people in this holiday special? Whoopee! No. Okay, I'm going to ask. So that's something I do practical. I'm going to make a statement, then I'm going to ask each one of us to respond and tell us what you do, again, only in a minute or two, about the following. Everyone you meet is fighting a battle you know nothing about.
Yeah.
Therefore, be kind always. Now, kind stands for keep inspiring noble deeds. The best way to can inspire a noble deed is not by telling somebody to do something, but by example. Am I correct? So Ashkan, I'd like you to speak to what do you do in your life that is kind, that enables others to say, well, I would like to follow that example.
You know, again, it's an example that I learned from my dearly beloved saintly mom, to be of service without wanting anything in return. And that's 100% through mindset and heart. Like people, we are social, we love to help people. And always there might be a subconscious, if I want to go and do that interview, or the next person I want to meet or help, what is it for me? That is actually a lot of mindset and heart set. Like, I like the way Maggie brought everything. Who was the set, all the sets? I think it was Yana. It's a complete wholesome choice that you need to make a choice, because being of service of others, there's a mindset that has to be like, you have to become not, you have to melt in other people's services. This is something that my mom did for 80 years, and I had a first chance to learn from it all these years.
Let's be specific. How do you exemplify it in your life? As an example,
By living that example, I came today to today's show just to be of service, and I'll give 100%. That was my mindset. I had no other reason. Just that's the reason. Just be of service. Just to make it very simple. I'm not saying all the time, but when you go out there to volunteer, or you have certain things you want, do it 100%. Do not worry about what's going to happen. I have Landa from London, one of our new chapters that is here, and she was all about light and Hanukkah, right? So I met her because of that. I entered a certain circle. I just wanted to serve. I just wanted to meet people, because for me, Ashkan, when I meet new people, and it allows me to be 100% of me. So be of service 100% without wanting anything in return.
Very good. So let me share with everybody. There's a great definition of the word compassion. Compassion is neither expecting nor demanding anything in return. When Adora was talking about just driving around and seeing where she can help, being compassionate, neither expecting nor demanding anything in return. If you hold the door open for somebody and they just walk through and they don't say thank you, don't be upset. By the way, that's not easy. You see, one of the things, we're talking about practical stuff. If you go out of your way and you hold the door open for somebody or do something and they don't even recognize you, they just walk right by you. If you take it personally, then you're stopping up, you're constricting yourself. Compassion means neither expecting nor demanding anything. Anastasia, is there something that you do on a daily basis that allows you to shift your perspective into giving? What do you do daily?
Well, there is a couple of things from two different perspectives of my life. As I said, I've been dancer. I love to give joy to people. Well, when I'm on stage, if I can give a smile to one person, that's already great. But every single year, I'm on the biggest stages, like in Las Vegas, with thousands of people. And at that night, at countdown, if I give a smile to thousands of people, that bring me joy. Because not only I'm sharing the energy, I'm also getting like 100%, like 1000%. And when I leave the event, I feel so uplifted that I can fly. Because, like, if you could only see from the stage above thousands of people looking at you, waiting for the magic countdown until the new year comes, like it's like kids, like a kids in a big room just looking at you. This is what I love. And from another perspective is, as I said, as a health coach, if I give someone tips, like quick tips to fix even one thing in their life, in their health, I'm grateful.
Thank you so much, Anastasia. Wonderful, Yana. What is the one thing, just one, maximum two, but one I prefer, something that you do daily to enable you to shift your energy into transformational mode?
Yes, Barry, absolutely. You know, we live in the age of information, and this is an age of technology when things happening too fast. And when the car going too fast, at one moment it broke down, right? So I think it's important on a daily basis to remember to slow down, slow down and just get back your energy to your source and um, recalibrate yourself and remember what are we here for, the most important things, those simple things that we're here for, not for like yachts or like ginormous amount of money on our bank's account, right? But for love, for giving, for family, for friends, for those people whom you're able to create an impact to, right? To simply um, people in a grocery stores that you can smile to and share your love, even without words, because it's all energy and we all connected. This is quantum field around us, guys. And it works amazingly, you know, and it's work like this. So whatever you have inside within you, slow down, just do a pause, exhale, inhale, exhale, and remember those things what we're here for and be grateful for them.
Thank you. Let me add one thing here that I'm sure you mean, and I want to add it because the most beautiful sound in the whole wide world is what? The most beautiful sound in the whole wide world is your name. Your name. So when you're in the grocery store and there are a lot of people around and the person that's checking you out is moving fast and they're trying to do this and things are happening, their life is not slowed down. On the contrary, they're moving fast and fast because they feel the pressure. But if you can slow down, as you just said, and say, thank you so much, John or Joan.
I
Or
agree. And I
Marie.
just want to add something to it. It's about this alignment. It's about coherence between heart and our mind, right? So that's why that moment is important for Barry, you know, and our name has, I agree with you completely, we had certain vibration and there is a magic right there. That's why.
Yeah, it's wonderful, by the way. And I'm going to, again, practical tips, everybody. Wrap your water bottle in love and gratitude. Please, please make sure that you articulate other people's names whenever you can. By the way, this works magic with your kids, with your spouse, significant others, people that you meet, especially, by the way, if you're on the phone and you're calling customer service and the customer service is just not happening and it's causing angst all around, that's the time to slow her down, slow the breathing down, and say to the other person on the other line, well, thank you, Marie. I can tell you from experience over the past 48 hours that the energy shift, which was going with the way without the F, the energy shift happened and there was transformation. And from a contentious situation, it became holiday special. Thank you. Wonderful Maggie Avila. What one or two things, and I prefer just one, for you do on a daily basis, just one thing that you do on a daily basis that enables you to shift your energy and keep that transformational on the yellow brick road?
Thank you so much. So, something that is practical that works like magic. It's so fabulous. While I am drinking my very first cup of water, precisely, I am envisioning how my day it's going to work out. I am blessing people. I am blessing the things that we're doing. I'm blessing the past, the challenges, the present, the future. But really quick, I am seeing in my mind, check marking my to-do list like done. Yes, fabulous. Or the people that I am going to have, with whom I am about to have meetings or phone calls or so on. I hear them saying yes. I see them or hear them saying, yes, this is what I want. This is what I was expecting. So I see myself as a channel of light, and I try to, and then sometimes just by magic, things that are even better than that happen. So
Okay.
very practical, very simple. Just envision the day how you want it to be to come
Let's
out.
unpack a few things here because it's beautiful what you're sharing with us. By the way, SHARE is a great acronym that stands for spreading happiness and rejuvenating energy.
Wow.
Spreading happiness and rejuvenating energy. That's what this holiday special is all about, sharing around the world. Now, notice that Maggie Avila's name is really what? MAGI. It's short for the word magic. And the three, remember the Magi, the gift of the Magi?
Yes.
You know, wise, yes, that's who Maggie. She is magic, and I want everybody to hear what you're saying and practice this. Practice this daily, envisioning that life moves along the way you want. Because when you do that, you are creating the transformation, and you're working what's called the law of attraction. The law of attraction. Law is a remarkably important acronym that stands for love and wisdom. Love and that's what law is. So if you ever see a police car or something going between people go like this, they get run up. You think right away, law, love and wisdom. That's what life is really about. Wonderful Ava. She's not just an double A. Okay.
It is the perfect time for me to come in because we're talking about love and wisdom. I am so enjoying all of your vibrations, all of your energy, and talking about love. I learned this from the ambassador of joy, very sure. Love is living on vibrant energy.
Yeah.
And that's, so talking about the holidays and, making a choice. I love that Ashkan always, puts the emphasis on choice because it really is a choice. Whether we look at a glass half empty or half full is a choice. And counting our blessings, being in gratitude every day, finding the good in everything, finding the silver lining is a choice. And living on vibrant energy, love is a choice. And talking about love, I'm going to take the opportunity to introduce the love source of the Los Angeles Tribune, the CEO of LA Tribune, Mo Rock.
Yeah, Maggie!
I am forcing him to come up. He was just
Thank
wanting to
you.
stay in the backstage. But no, Mo, you get to
Well, first of all, I want to thank everyone and thank you so much, Ava. This is the first annual holiday special hosted by Barry Shore. We're going to be doing this once a year with Barry. Eventually, it'll be in person moving forward. But the reason why Barry is the person that's going to be associated with our holiday special is because we as a nation have forgotten what the holiday season is all about. The holiday season is not about consumerism. It's not about shopping. It's not about buying material objects. The holiday season, Hanukkah, Christmas, when we celebrate going into a new year and a new cycle, Thanksgiving, it's all about joy. And Barry Shore is the ambassador of joy. And so he's perfect to host our annual holiday specials. And so this is the first of many, many more to come. When people think of the holiday season, I want them to start thinking of joy. I want them to start thinking of Barry Shore. I don't want them to think about buying a new PlayStation or buying a new TV or buying a new watch. I want them to think about the words of Barry Shore. I want them to think about joy. I want them to realize that glory is God loves openly rewarding you. I want them to realize and recognize that smile is seeing miracles in life every day. And so consequently, love is living on vibrant energy. And when we share, we're spreading happiness and rejuvenating energy. And so these are the principles of the Los Angeles Tribune. This is what we stand for. And I also want to introduce a special guest here that's been behind the scenes for a few minutes, and that's Rex Sykes. Ava, what can you say about Rex?
Well, let me start with Rex is my favorite guru. I'm bringing Rex up. My favorite guru, definitely talk about making a choice. Attitude is the greatest predictor of success and a great holiday. Talk about the attitude activator. Rex Sykes is the master of that all. And so we are so grateful that you get to join us today, Rex.
Wow, well, it's great to be here among such a wonderful gathering of brilliant, wonderful, loving minds. And Mo stands for magnificent, outstanding energy, and Shore stands for sharing, helpful, outstanding, rejuvenating energy. I changed one letter there. I had to do that. And we could go on and on. But wow, it's the holidays, and I think Mo is so correct. We have, not we, but people have turned it into a time when it's about spending, and trying to make sure that you spend all your money that you made all year round, get it spent, and it's not, the idea of gifting someone is wonderful, but if you gift them with your presence, with your love, with your understanding, with your peace, with your kindness, with a smile, it doesn't have to be a store-bought gift, but traditionally it is.
So let me just chime in here for a moment, if I may. First of all, Rex, what an honor and a delight to have you here. That beaming, bountiful, beneficent face. By the way, what does your face say? This is something, again, we're talking about holiday special. We're talking about practical things that people can do. So everybody that you see here, I'll include myself, has a beautiful face. Now, what does FACE stand for? FACE stands for fresh, aware, creative, energetic. In other words, when people see your face, do they think, wow, look at that, fresh, aware, creative, energetic? I didn't say, gee, beautiful, and kind of that. Fresh, aware. Do you have an aware face? Do you walk around beaming? Well, that's what Rex does, because he's a king. He has to. Okay, the other thing is I'm going to give everybody, again, practical tips and tools. Here are the 6 most important words you could ever internalize, utilize, and leverage in your life, because these words make all the difference. And everybody has used these in some way in the past hour we've been together. And they are the following: choice, not chance, determines your destiny. Choice. How you choose, as Magic Maggie said, to envision the day. How you choose, as Anastasia said, when you're dancing to touch people with a smile, how you choose, as Ashkan said, to live the process of his mother and bring more joy in life, how you choose to energize the world, life on your terms, as Rex would say, how you choose, as Adora says, to be in the giving mode, to focus out, how you choose, like Yana says, to make sure that you use the greatest arithmetic in the world. The only arithmetic you ever need is that which enables you to count your blessings. How you choose to show up in the world like Ava, giving, caring. Choice, not chance, determines your destiny. How you respond to any given situation enables you, remember the theme of today, shift. Again, people tend to drop the F. No, you got to keep that F and F in place. Shift. Shift. Something happening inside, facilitating transformation. The T word is critical. As Yana said, we live in the information age. I call it IO, information overload. Too much. There's information everywhere. That's not what you want. You know why 210,000 people have tuned in today? Because they want transformation. Information is readily available. You want transformation, then use these nuggets to be able to bring inside of you and just have one or two that you do every single day to envision, to use, to move, to cause benefit. Anastasia, please.
Yes, if we talking about practical stuff, one thing I want to share with you that changed my life forever and still changing, it's yoga in the morning. Guys, yoga, it's not about putting yourself in a knot. Yoga is realizing the unity. This is a translation from a Sanskrit. Yoga is unity. And when you unite with all world, with all living beings, with humans, you will never hurt anybody else, because it means that you're gonna hurt yourself, because we are one. And this is what yoga told me. It's like Yana said, it's a specific state of mind, peace of mind, and just slow, just a little bit slower. Don't rush, and you will find the wisdom. This is what comes to me every single morning when I'm on the mat and doing my yoga. Wisdom comes. Slow down. Everything is okay. I'm creating the time in the day for everything to happen.
Do you hear this, everybody? Practical, creating time. And by the way, now I'm going to do what Mo urges me to do every time we speak, because not everybody knows the story. As a matter of fact, some of you don't even know the story. So I'll tell you. Imagine the following, wonderful Anastasia, that I'm standing up in the morning, hale and hearty, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Rex knows that's a Superman reference. And that evening, I am in the hospital, totally, completely paralyzed. I became what's known as a quadriplegic overnight. Nothing in my body moved from my neck down. I can only communicate by blinking my eyes. It was not an automobile accident. Sorry?
Look at you now.
Look, well, you'll see a couple more things, right? But it was not an automobile accident. It wasn't a spinal injury. It's a rare disease I never heard of the day before. I was paralyzed, 144 days in the hospital, 2 years in a hospital bed in my own home. I couldn't turn over by myself. I was 4 years in a wheelchair. I had braces on both my legs, from my hips to my ankles. That was progress. Thank God today I'm vertical and ambulatory with the help of a 7-foot walking wand. So I'm a triped, not a biped. I can't walk up a stair by myself. I can't walk up a curb by myself. Yana's seen me walking with my magic wand, right, Yana? And I have help 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. But you hear my voice. Positive, purposeful, powerful, and pleasant, all because of that great word. Smile, seeing miracles in life every day. But but Anastasia, I have to tell you something amazing. You ready? You see my arms move. You see me do this and this, right? Now, I'd be willing to bet $100 cash that everybody here can stand up from wherever you're sitting right now. Is that correct? You say, of course. Yes. I can't. I'm still paralyzed from the waist down. You can't see it. I can't get up from the chair. So what? But I can tell you, many years ago, I was in a major automobile accident. This goes back almost 50 years. And Anastasia, I can honor everything you said. I was unable to move because of that automobile accident for almost 3 years. But in the course of those 3 years, every single day, I had a teacher and a master came to my house who loved me, and we did hatha yoga together. And eventually I got to the point where after surgeries and such, you wouldn't even know I was ever in an accident until, of course, I became paralyzed again. That was later. Doesn't matter. But I want to share with everybody here so I can't do the yoga in the morning like you do, but I do other things. I learned how to swim. Everybody
Yay.
swim? You ready for this, Anastasia, Rex, and Yana, and Ashkan, and Maggie, and Ava, and 211,000 people, 823 people around the world? I'm going to make the story very short. Because of therapy in the pool and with special devices, I now swim 2 miles a day, 6 days a week. And I've been doing it for 14 years, and my goal is to swim around the world. I have 8,869 miles under my belt, and my goal is to swim around the world. Will I do it?
Something, Barry. This is your yoga. You know, this is your meditation. When you said you cannot do yoga, yes, you can. Even staying on the chair, you can do yoga.
This is wonderful what Anastasia is saying. That's why I wanted to bring it up. I will tell you 3 things about yoga. Number 1, everybody can do yoga. Whether you're swimming, you're moving, you're sitting, everybody can do yoga. Now, yoga has 4 or 5 different levels. The one that Anastasia is talking about at the moment is called hatha yoga. Those are the physical movements. The highest level of yoga, Raja yoga, is what we're all talking about today. We're all here for the holidays, and the holidays are all about giving. Giving, we love the idea of sharing and being together with people. And what is Raja yoga? The ability to sense need and want in another and to help fulfill it.
Oh my God, I love it. Yes. That's so good.
Can I add just something that I promised to my son yesterday? When I asked him yesterday, what would you wish to people in the holidays? You know what he said? He said, enjoy your holidays, be happy, and don't eat too much junk food.
Yeah.
Practical.
I was like,
That's practical.
I will share this with everybody.
I want everybody to hear something that Anastasia said, and I think Rex is going to second it, and Ashkan and Yana and Maggie and Ava and Mo. The junk food that he's talking about, he means physical. Fine. We're talking about the junk food of the soul.
Yes.
We are talking about the holidays, Hanukkah, Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's. It's about channeling that energy and making sure that the food you ingest, love and gratitude in the water, that everything that you chew on comes into your body and goes out through your soul and is all purposeful. It's not processed. It's authentic. It's you. Live life on your terms, Rex Sykes. Come on. Give them they want to hear one tip from you, Rex. One tip that is going to enable them to shift. Remember that F? Shift.
Well, shifting is what it is all about. And one of the things that I like to do is get up in the morning and just be grateful that I'm alive, because the alternative isn't something that I really look forward to, in this time. It'll happen sometime, but the point is that I'm above ground. I'm going to share with you a little bit of something that happened today, this morning. It's like 35 below where I am, and I got in the car, and so I did some circles around. I have a circular driveway and another driveway, but I went around the circular driveway a few times because they haven't plowed it yet, and I just wanted to create a path so that when I returned, I could get back into the driveway. And I then took off and left the neighborhood and got out on a surface street and was driving toward the stoplight. And as I got to the stoplight, I noticed that my anti-lock brake light was on my dashboard, which, Now, in my olden days, I would have gotten upset. I would have thought something's wrong with the car. I would have been pissed. I would have been fuming. I would have gotten caught up in the whole thing. And as a driver, typically what happens is when the light turns green, I go. I don't always look both ways or do that. I just like, okay, it's green, so I'm going. So as I got to the stoplight and stopped, I thought, oh, well, I'll just turn off the car and turn it back on and see if it starts. If that light comes back on. I turned it back on and the light didn't come on, and the light while I was doing this had turned green. So I looked up, saw it was green, and was ready to go when a huge semi came careening through the red light. Just went barreling through, didn't even try to apply the brakes or anything. And had that been, not thinking or upset, I'd have been most likely in front of that semi.
Or not here with us, and we're happy that
not here with you. I might have been in a different.
Well, we are grateful, Rex, that you are here with us,
Thank you. I appreciate that. My point, however, is that some people will take something like a dashboard light as something bad or negative, or as something less than glorious. Around the holidays, people focus on things that can cause them pain or suffering or sadness, and it really is a matter of shifting your attention and becoming curious about what other thing it might be. It doesn't have to be a problem. It could be something wonderful. In my case today, it might have been, however you want to attach meaning to it. But the point is that you always have, as Barry was saying a moment ago, choice about how you look at things and the meaning you apply to anything. So if you're going to apply any meaning, apply it with love, respect, peace, kindness, and compassion to yourself as well as to other people.
Thank you, Rex. And this conversation has inspired me to just briefly chime in. And I know we're going to wrap up very soon and have closing thoughts very soon. But it reminded me of actually something I learned from ancient texts. And that's the distinction of the body, the ego, and the soul, or the shama. And the body wants to do what feels good, right? Our bodies want to do what feel good. Our ego want to do what looks good, and our soul or our shama do what is good. And every single morning when we wake up, these three forces, they battle it out with each other. And so the question is, which one of these three forces are we going to let win the day? And it's a day-by-day game, if you will, the game of life. And so going back to what I said earlier as to why we want Barry Shore to be the not just the ambassador of joy, but the ambassador of the holiday season. This is the first annual holiday special with Barry Shore, but they're going to get bigger. They're going to get more exciting. They're going to get more flashy over time, because we want people to focus on the soul. We want people to not just think of the holiday season as consumerism, to look good. We want people to not just think of the holiday season as consuming things to feel good, but we want to encourage our audience and encourage the world at large to be good. And how that's defined, well, that's why you've got to tune into these programs that once a year with Barry Shore and with all of our lovely friends like Ashkan and Anna and Ava and Maggie and Yana and Rex and all of these thought leaders in their own right, who come together and have these powerful conversations. So we're going to take a very quick break. We're going to come back, and then soon we're going to give everyone closing statements so we can wrap up the holiday special with Barry Shore. We'll be back in a minute.
Welcome to the Los Angeles Tribune page. Here you will find original news programming, exclusive digital events, and shows that are directly from the community. At the Los Angeles Tribune, we believe in giving a voice to the voiceless. We are proud to be the only national brand to empower everyday people to make a difference. Since 1886, our reputation has been built on truth and responsibility. Thank you for watching and making a difference.
For general inquiries, contact today. Thank you on behalf of the Los Angeles Tribune team.
Nice.
And it looks like we lost Anna. Oh, there she is. I was very worried. I was going to ask your lovely friend Yana to give you a call and check up on you, but thankfully
no, I'm
you're okay.
fine.
And so we're going to go ahead and give everyone some closing time and closing statements. I want to start off with someone who has so much wisdom, but has been so quiet over the course of the last hour and has been listening. And that's Ashkan. And Ashkan is a person full of so much wisdom. He is a North Star. He's one of my mentors. I have a lot of respect for him. And I want him to just share his thoughts on the distinctions that we've talked about. And we're going to give you the floor, Ashkan. The internet is a little wish-washy for some reason with you. So I hopefully we can hear you fine. There's a little bit of a delay.
Right?
We can hear you perfectly. There's a little delay in your video, but we can hear you. So we're going to give you the floor, Ashkan. Please take as much time as you want to share your thoughts, because you've been so observant this past hour, even though you're full of wisdom.
I'm taking notes. You guys don't see my hand. I'm taking notes because everybody's like dropping nuggets, right? So this is how I see it. It really goes back to what I said earlier, choice. As the new year comes, we always have choices, but this comes goals and visions and dreams that we want to do. One thing that I want to suggest and to you guys and everybody out there is, instead of worrying about a new goal, what is it that I'm going to do next year? Why don't we slow down? Like I believe what Anastasia was saying, slow down is like my video is like slow down and my voice is there actually. Why don't we slow down and connect back to what matters? Of course, in my, it would be God. For you guys, whatever, the universal energy. Take your time and like take sabbatical and connect back to the source. And while you do that, of course, we cannot forget about ourselves, right? Go back and actually, I don't want to say become selfish, but instead of worrying about what I'm going to do for others, what is it that you need to do for you? Because we might get on these shows and we are happy, but then we are by ourselves. Then what? What does it take for you to slow down, to look at yourself in the mirror, and what is it that you can do for yourself? God, yourself. And then it's very important, as we are in social media and we help lots of people, it's very hard, like the 3 souls in the morning, it's very hard how to balance also the family. So the next thing would be, when you're already connected to the source and yourself, what most matters? That would be your immediate family, right? Sometimes, myself included, when we are in a help of others, we forget our family. So that would be the next. Our family, spouses, our immediate family. And for some of us, our immediate circle of friends that been there for a year, right? So I'm going to throw out a challenge. As the year is coming, not to an end, to a completion. It's not end, it's a completion. Why don't you, instead of going forward, go backwards, like the art of retraction, going and coming back? Do that. And with that, go back to wherever you like. Maybe it's your phone, your business cards on your desk, or fish out 3 people that touched you throughout the year or a couple of years. And you always want to connect back with them, either work with them or you want to start your friendship again. Make that a goal, because now you are connected back to your source, yourself, your immediate family. You're going to be full of giving. And instead of giving to new people, as the new year comes, is freshness comes. We have so much opportunities of all the new settings and summits and business cards, thousands, that by end of the year, probably we have not even touched 10% of them. Go back to that 3 people, and each person that comes to your head, write it down with everything that you learned today. Okay. And be the ambassador of joy to bring him shift. Right? Maybe they just are not as social as we are. Maybe they're not as happy as we are. They don't want to hear us happy or smiling. Reach out to 3 people, however you can, and do that for my challenge back to you.
Outstanding. By the way, first of all, Ashkan, again, really appreciate you personally and you being here today. And this practical tip, you see, the holiday special is all about joy, happiness, peace, and love. It's rooted in practicality. Select those 3 people and make a promise to yourself that you're going to touch and reach them. 3 people. 3. He didn't say 30. He didn't say 90. He didn't say 300.
That you know.
people. Outstanding. Thank you. Wonderful, Ashkan. Anastasia, what would you say in a few minutes as a not a closing, as a completion, as wonderful Ashkan said, and share with us practical something that people can bring with them with the holiday spirit?
Okay, so I was like thinking about what my son said, right? Be happy, enjoy your holidays, and don't eat too much junk food. And I know where he's getting it from me. So I know that Mo was talking about focusing on a spirit, which I also love. But this time I want to encourage people to tune into their bodies, because at the end of the day, who is going to achieve all the goals and dreams that we set for ourselves? Like, as a soul, set your direction where you want to go, but who is achieving is your vessel. This is your temple. And I know there are going to be a lot of tables with a lot of food, and you're going to overeat and overdrink. So my tip to you is, if you even did that, don't beat yourself up, because I'm guilty of that. Like, if it brings you joy, just enjoy. Just for once in your year, just okay, you did it, you overate it, you overdrink it, it's fine, let it go. But then tune into your body and listen what it says, because a lot of the times we think about listen what our brain says to us, and this is what the brain wants, but 99% this is not what your body needs. And so when you tune into your body, listen what it says. Listen, go back to your healthy lifestyle, go back to your movement, go back to your spiritual practices, go back to your gratitude, and wish people around the world love and joy. And this
Thank
is what I
you.
want to share.
Wonderful, Anastasia. Listen, by the way, stands for let inspirational and sustainable transformation energize now.
Wow.
Listen to your body. Okay, wonderful. Maggie, magic Maggie Avida. What would you give in a couple of minutes to a completion for our year, for the holiday spirit?
For the holiday spirit, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure being with all of you guys. Thank you for all of you guys that tune in with us. And I want to wish you the very, very best season of your life. But also, I want to leave you with every single day, celebrate yourself, celebrate your victories, celebrate what you learned from what was not such a victorious experience. And most importantly, always focus on the best outcome for all, and envision your life. Envision what you want your year to be like. Envision how you want your life to be like. Imagine you're doing a storyboard, a comic, a script, or you're watching a movie, but envision that you want for your life and for your loved ones. And trust me, it's going to happen. The more you practice it, the more faith you're going to develop, and the more the people and the circumstances and the beautiful things are going to start manifesting. I want to send out a shout out to my actor. I'm so proud of him, Ramondo Youngblood, who just showed up. And I am so proud of him because he was nominated for Best Actor Duo. Him and my other actor. Yay! I mean, for our short.
Yay! Wonderful, Ramondo. By the way, I would be willing to wager that Ramondo envisioned himself in his role and envisioned himself winning. So Maggie is sharing with us the magic of life. Envision yourself winning. That is the law. Remember, law stands for love and wisdom. Wonderful, Rex. What would you give as a closing, completion, understanding for the holiday spirit?
Well, I would go back just to the story I shared a little while ago and point out, if you consider something a problem, it will be a problem. And the issue is that no one knows what it's going to be. or what's going to happen moments from now or down the road from now. And so since you can't tell whether it's going to be a blessing or not a blessing, you might as well consider it a blessing. So if you consider something a problem or you consider it a blessing, it will be whatever you consider it. So the thing is to celebrate everything without judgment.
Celebrate, celebrate, dance to the music. Celebrate with one wonderful Yana. What would you give us in a completion for the holiday spirit?
Well, the one lesson, very important lesson that last 3 years teach me that tomorrow is never guaranteed. No one can guarantee us tomorrow. So that's why it's important to play full out today, to be happy, not to live, majority of people live like half strength, right? We kind of having fun, but not till it max. We kind of, enjoying, but not till it max. Tomorrow could never come. So if we alive today, it is important. There is a reason for that, very special reason. That's why my message is to play full out, to enjoy this life to its fullest, to use your potential to its fullest, understand your mission, go inward and find those answers to those questions that you're looking for somewhere outside. All the answers are within each of us. So be yourself, enjoy yourself, and attune to that magic called life, and be present and be aware about who you truly are, what you're capable of.
Thank you, Yana. She said, joy. Remember, joy stands for journey of you. Joy stands for journey of you. You becoming the best you possible. Over 212,000 people around the world are tuning in and listening and feeling the vibration that is channeling through these wondrous beings that are giving us practical tips and tools to use immediately in the now.
Yes.
You, journey of you. It's all about you. Wonderful, Ava.
Well, thank you so much. This is such an honor, such a joy that we get to have our holiday, our holiday special at the Los Angeles Tribune. Thank you so much, Morak. And as we start to come to 2, 3, 4, which is our target end time, I just want to say, count your blessings. Take the time to count your blessings. Look back at the year and reflect back in all of the goodness. Find the good in everything and celebrate everything, like Rex Sykes always says.
Thank you. Thank you. By the way, thank you stands for to harmonize and network kindness. Thanks stands for to harmonize and network kindness. Adora, Crystal Evans shared with us, when in doubt, focus out. Giving, the joy of living, and the holiday spirit is summed up in one word, giving. And I will, with your permission, do the wrap up here. Because this is really what this is all about. We're rappers, right? We're rapping a lot.
Well, as to wrap up, let me ask Morak back on stage.
Oh,
we're also grateful for the CEO of the Los Angeles Tribune for everything that he is doing to put this together. And so, yes, let's wrap up.
Mo, you got 2 minutes, and then I'll finish up, and then we'll do our group hug around the world with 212,817 people.
Well, thank you, Barry. I don't think I'll need 2 full minutes. The purpose of today was for us to spread joy and to remind people what the holiday season is truly all about. I think we accomplished that with this wonderful group of thought leaders that were put together by our producer, Ava Manuel, who produced this program. And actually, this program was the vision of Ava Manuel, who had the thought and idea to do these holiday specials with Barry. So I can't take any credit because Ava was the one who had the vision and channeled it. And so we support everything that that these creative folks want to do to make the world a better place. I want to just quickly plug the Los Angeles Tribune newspaper. special thought leader edition coming out in Q1 of next year. Barry Shore will be featured in this, along with a lot of other familiar faces that many folks in this community know. So we're excited about this and a lot of other exciting things here at the Los Angeles Tribune. So please stay subscribed, be a part of our social media platforms, whether it's Facebook, Instagram, and stay up to date with all of the big announcements that we have next year. So thank you very much. Thank you to Barry Shore. Barry Shore has been a friend and advisor to me personally, as well as to the work of the Tribune, just as Ashkan Tabibnia has been, and Rex and all of the lovely folks here on the screen are friends and acquaintances and lovely spiritual partners in all of our endeavors. I think spiritual partner is a new term that we created today, but that's what we do. So that is my 2 minutes.
Okay, good. So we're going to leave people with 3 pieces that are going to rock your world, like Mo Rock. The first piece is ESP. It's been said in other ways. ESP, everybody has ESP. People think it's extrasensory perception. Well, it could be. But ESP really stands for everyday, simple pleasures.
Wow.
Everyday, simple pleasures. That's number 1. Number 2 is that everybody's spoken about what you do and get up in the morning, whether it's the yoga, it's the visualization, it's the gratitude, it's the love. I really urge everybody, again, we're talking about practical holiday greetings before you go to sleep. 180 seconds before you close your eyes and go to sleep. Do what we're talking about. Visualize your subconscious bringing to you everything that you want. Joy, journey of you, happiness, peace, and love, living with vibrant energy. Use those last 180 seconds of this remarkable day. Remember, as Anastasia said, every day is your birthday or your unbirthday. Before you go to sleep, use those 180 seconds to visualize. And use this amazing acronym. It's called self-talk. Self-talk is the most important speech you could ever hear. That's what Rex was talking about, right, Rex? Self-talk stands for recognizing that you are a soul experiencing life fully, teaching always love and kindness. That's the talk you want to be involved with. Teaching always love and kindness. So we're going to do the following. We're going to do a group hug, not just the people that are on the screen. It's going to include the 213,878 people around the world. So I'm going to urge everybody to get ready. HUG stands for, we're going to do a hug and a blessing. HUG stands for heartfelt, unlimited giving. Heartfelt, unlimited giving on the count of 3 with your permission. 1, 2, 3. Yes! Wow. Our blessing from everybody here throughout the world. Live exuberantly. Spread the seeds of joy, happiness, peace, and love.